On Global TV News Express, Kaduna Governor urges joint crackdown on bandits. On the foreign scene, Israeli actions spark global condemnation. And in sports, Ronaldo, Messi lead Forbes' highest paid footballers. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television. We're coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nigecomsat. The Northern Elders Progressive Group has commended President Bola Tinubu's bold approach to tackling insecurity in the northern region. Chairman of the Arewa Elders Progressive Group in the Northwest, Mustapha Ma, applauded Tinubu's decision to take the flights to the bandits' hideouts, describing it as a major achievement in the quest for peace and security. The Northern Elders say President Tinubu's aggressive approach, which involves using military force to crush bandits without mercy, has shown promising results. The Association of Chairmen of Local Government Service Commissions in Nigeria has stressed the need to address security and temporary challenges at the local government level. The association made plea at its three-day annual national summit held in Abuja. Jumai Manson has more on the story.
His citation.
The theme of this year's summit is addressing security and other contemporary challenges at the local government areas in Nigeria. The summit brought together key stakeholders to deliberate on local level security issues and explore innovative solutions. Presented an award for effective service to the Executive Secretary of TETFund, Sonny Echonu. The chairman of the association, Senator Kaka Rijau, praised Echonu for his dedication and open-door leadership style, describing him as a leader loyal to nation building.
Most of the private secondary schools and universities you see projects is from the TETFund. Honestly, congratulations. I want to thank you and I want to urge you to do more for what you have started doing. And I believe this award will go far, and also giving you the strength so that you can perform better.
The Executive Secretary of TETFund, Sonny Echonu, expressed gratitude to the association, emphasizing that TETFund's interventions cover not only federal and state institutions, but also include support for local governments. He further expressed his enthusiasm for the autonomy given to local government areas, urging them to contribute at the upcoming National Research Fair.
TETFund is there and ready to continue to provide needed support for the development of a tertiary education sector in our country. We are very confident that now that you will be in charge of your resources, we will begin to see local governments also invest in tertiary education.
Stakeholders at the summit reiterated the importance of collaborative efforts in tackling the security challenges faced by local communities. For Global Television, Jumai Manson reporting.
Meanwhile, the Executive Secretary of the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, Sonny Echonu, has called on local government areas to make strategic investments in tertiary education. Echonu stated this after receiving an award of excellence at a three-day annual summit organized by the Association of Chairmen of Local Government Service Commissions in Nigeria. The Executive Secretary thanked President Bola Tinubu for restoring autonomy to local government and reaffirmed the TETFund will continue to support tertiary education in Nigeria. President Bola Tinubu has joined the people and chiefs of Ile-Ife and the global Yoruba community in commemorating the 50th birthday of the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Enitan Ogunwusi, the Ojaja II. Tinubu conveyed his birthday message through a statement signed by his special advisor on media and publicity, Bayo Ononuga. He praised the Oni's extraordinary leadership and maturity since ascending the throne at 41, emphasizing his significant role in preserving the rich Yoruba traditions of the people in the ancient city known as the Source. Presidential candidate of Labour Party in the 2023 election, Peter Obi, has criticized President Bola Tinubu for sending Vice President Kashim Shettima to represent him in Sweden. In a series of tweets, Obi capited the president for not proceeding to Sweden from France, lamenting the resources spent in having Shettima fly down there from Abuja. Recall that on October 2nd, 2024, the president left Nigeria on a 2-week leave to the UK. It was later announced that he had moved to France. As the price of fuel continues to skyrocket, many residents in Kano have found alternative to electric motorbike. Global TV's correspondent Idris Jibrin reports that a litre of PMS now costs between 1,100 naira to 1,200 in some filling stations in the state. His report.
For almost 4 months now, 41-year-old Tasu Garko has voluntarily been delivering water to his neighborhood in Sharada area of Kano metropolis after converting his tricycle to water tank capable of carrying 500 liters of water.
Ana sai da shi ne kama yanda bodinsa yake haka.
Actually, it's my Oga that bought this tricycle for me, and then I converted it into water tank in order to help my people across Sharada area. According to Tasiu, the persistent water scarcity around his area has forced many residents to relocate to other areas, hence his decision to assist those in need.
I
decided to do this because of the persistent water scarcity in Kano State, because so many people are suffering because they don't have water in their areas. In addition to residential areas, Tasiu also delivered water to orphanage homes, prison formations, and schools in order to ease the suffering of the masses. I used to deliver water in so many places across Kano metropolis, like Fage, Badala, all these places, because people doesn't have water in those areas. Although Kano state government assures that work is in progress to restore water in most affected areas, the scarcity of water across Kano metropolis has continued to remain a source of concern among residents. From Kano, Idris Jibrin reporting for Global Television News.
Kaduna State Governor Senator Uba Sani has called for a unified military effort to combat the escalating insecurity in the northwest region, particularly banditry and terrorism. Governor Sani, who made the call in Kaduna during a courtesy visit by Defense Minister Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, emphasized the need for a collaborative framework among northern states to tackle insecurity. He praised the federal government's establishment of the Joint Military Command and Operation Fasan Yama, describing it as a clear demonstration of commitment to tackling insecurity. The Defense Minister's visit aimed to finalize preparations for Operation Fasan Yama's launch, targeting insecurity in the region. The minister commended Kaduna State administration for supporting security agencies and constructing roads to enhance access to hard-reach areas. For quite some time now, residents in metropolitan city of Kano have continued to experience severe shortage of water. This has led to some people resorting to using other alternatives to get water. In this report, Global Television's correspondent Idris Jibrin meets a 41-year-old who converts his tricycle to a water tank in order to deliver water to his neighborhood. We'll bring you this report subsequently. Kano State government has donated 1 billion naira, I beg your pardon, to assist victims of the recent fire disaster in Majia Taura local government area of Jigawa State. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf announced the donation during a condolence visit to Governor Umar Namadi Damodi at the government house in Dutse. In a statement issued by the governor's spokesperson, Sanusi Bature Dawakin Tofa, Governor Abba Yusuf emphasized that the donation was meant to provide relief to the families of those who lost their lives and to support the treatment of those injured in the fire. He highlighted the strong historical cultural ties between Kano and Jigawa states, underscoring Kano's solidarity with its neighbors during this period of grief. Governor Dauda Lawal has reiterated his administration's commitment to establish principles of good governance in the operations of public offices in Zamfara State. The governor made this known while inaugurating 6 committees to implement Zamfara State's developmental policies and programs in Gusau, the state's capital. Global Television brings you details. The Zamfara governor, Dauda Lawal, said the inauguration of the committee is part of his rescuing mission towards revitalizing and transforming the state. He says the 6 strategic committees will oversee the implementation of various development policies.
As members of this committee, you carry the enormous responsibility of driving the vision and mission of our administration. Your expertise, dedication, and hard work are crucial to the success of these initiatives which have been entrusted.
The chairman of Human Capital Development Committee and Deputy Governor of the state, Mani Mumuni, assured the governor that the committees will work tirelessly to ensure the success of responsibilities assigned to them.
On behalf of all the committee members and the various committees inaugurated today, that inshallah we are going to discharge our duties diligently and without fear or favor.
The Emir of Bungudu, Atahiru Hassan, expressed optimism that by inaugurating these committees, the governor is setting a course for a more prosperous Zamfara state.
By inaugurating these committees, Your Excellency is charting a path that is unprecedented and which, inshallah, will lead to the progress of this state and pave way for the future leaders of this state.
The committees inaugurated are the Human Capital Development Council, the Committee to Combat Drug Abuse, the Land Use and Allocation Committee, and the Development Plan Committee, among others. The Zamfara State 10-year development plan from 2024 to 2033 committee is being chaired by the Commissioner for Education, Wadatao Madaki, while committee to combat drug abuse is to be chaired by the First Lady, Huriya Dauda Lawal. For Global Television, Queen Agaba reporting. Former President Goodluck Jonathan has expressed concern over judgments on political cases by some courts in the country, saying the situation does not give a good sign for democracy. Jonathan, who stated this at the 67th birthday celebration of a senior advocate of Nigeria, Professor Mike Ozekome, in Abuja, described some judgments on election matters as a cone being turned upside down. Lamenting the lapses of the Nigeria's judiciary system, the former president says he is disturbed with the recent happenings in the country, particularly political judgment. The National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu has knocked policemen and soldiers stealing arms and ammunition from their formation to criminal elements. Ribadu disclosed this in Abuja during the destruction of arms by the National Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons. The NSA says security agents involved in the act are worse human beings, adding that efforts must be put in place to check such elements. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, says the police force will continue to uphold its former chief's legacies to enhance its operations. The police chief made this known at a strategic meeting with former Inspector General of Police in Abuja. Here is Kike Lomo-Okeri's report.
The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, says the aim of the meeting is to facilitate a meaningful dialogue for the purpose of fortifying the foundation for effective policing in Nigeria. He pointed out that the current leadership of the force is building on the strong foundation laid by the former police chiefs to, among others, meet modern-day security demands.
All of you contributed immensely to the growth and development of the Nigerian police force. And I want to assure you that we are building on the foundations that you laid.
Speaking on behalf of the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Abubakar emphasized the need for experienced experts within the Nigerian police force to effectively address the current security challenges bedeviling the country. He reaffirmed their commitment to support the Nigerian police force in all capacity while offering collective experience and wisdom to help navigate the trying times.
The Inspector General of Police to rub minds on the issues of policy and security and strategy in this country. And we shall continue to do this because we are police and police is us, just like you are. You know the challenging situation in this country, and therefore the Inspector General of Police and all of you need experience, expertise, and the technical know-how to be able to discharge your responsibilities of protection of life and property.
The meeting underscores the importance of continuity and mentorship as past IGPs seize the opportunity to address and share their experiences with the members of the force management team and other senior officers of the Nigerian Police Force. Kike Lomoku Keri, Global Television News.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has announced that the 2025 Anambra State governorship election will be held on Saturday, November 8, 2025. The Commission's chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, made the announcement during a consultative meeting with political parties in Abuja. Yakubu noted that the formal notice for the election will be published on November 13, 2024, in line with the requirements of the Electoral Act 2022, which mandates that the notice for any election be issued no later than 360 days before the election date. The federal government has taken delivery of 1 million doses of R21 Matrix M malaria vaccine donated by Javi, the Vaccine Alliance. The World Health Organization had in December 2023 added R21 Matrix M malaria vaccine to its list of pre-qualified vaccines. The Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer of the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Muyi Aina, says the arrival of the malaria vaccine from Javi is a testament to President Bola Tinubu's commitment to protecting the lives of Nigerians. Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Abubakar, says the Nigerian Air Force will take delivery of 50 brand new aircraft between December this year and 2026. Air Marshal Abubakar said this at the second biannual meeting with branch chiefs and air officers commanding in Abuja. He stated that the Nigerian Air Force had successfully inducted 12 aircraft into its inventory over the past year, noting that it was a remarkable achievement that the Nigerian Air Force had not witnessed in a very long time. In business, the House of Representatives has appealed to the federal government to urgently transmit the medium-term expenditure framework to the National Assembly to avail lawmakers ample time to work on the 2025 appropriation bill. This is as the lawmakers drawn across party affiliations expressed displeasure at the practice of delayed presentation of annual budget proposals to the Parliament, leaving the lawmakers with little time to do good job. The resolution of the House followed the adoption of a motion of urgent public importance moved by Clement Jimbo. President of the World Bank, Ajay Banga, has unveiled a new simplified corporate scorecard to measure its progress ahead of a gathering of global financial leaders in Washington next week. The bank's new yardstick of accountability has reduced the number of indicators from around 150 to 22. Banga told reporters that the simplified set of indicators should make it easier to evaluate progress. Ahead of the World Bank and International Monetary Fund semi-annual gathering of senior financial policymakers in Washington next week, Banga took stock of the reforms the development lender has made to become bigger and better since he took office in June 2023. On the foreign scene, as the conflict in Gaza enters its 377th day, the humanitarian crisis continues to escalate. Over 42,000 Palestinians have been killed and nearly 100,000 injured, with women and children making up the majority of victims. Despite the alarming figures, the U.S. Special Envoy for Middle East Humanitarian Issues, Lys Grande, in a brief, says the U.S. would not halt arms supplies to Israel. Meanwhile, the UN has reported horrifying scenes, including patients burnt alive near Al-Aqsa Hospital, while in the West Bank, over 11,000 Palestinians have been detained, including women, children, and journalists. Medical professionals working in Gaza have described the situation as catastrophic, with patients suffering due to lack of medicine, clean water, and proper care. The international community continues to demand action as Israel refuses to cooperate with UN inquiries into the ongoing crisis. The Israel Defense Forces have confirmed that they have hit Nabatea in southern Lebanon. 5 people were killed by airstrikes, including the city mayor. The targets include terrorist infrastructure sites, Hezbollah command centers, and weapons storage facilities, which were embedded by Hezbollah adjacent to civilian infrastructure, exploiting the civilian population as a human shield. Children as young as 10 will soon be able to be jailed once again in Australia's Northern Territory after the government there lowered the age of criminal responsibility. Australian states and territories have been under pressure to raise the age of criminal responsibility from 10 to 14, in line with other developed countries and UN advice. In sports, Kylian Mbappe, reportedly linked to a rape investigation in Sweden, will reserve any explanations for the Swedish justice system. His lawyer strongly condemned media allegations suggesting that Kylian Mbappe had commented on the event on his trip to Stockholm. The France and Real Madrid striker had consensual sex with a young woman during the trip last week, according to his lawyer. Forbes has published the list of highest paid footballers at the moment. Al Nassr forward Cristiano Ronaldo and Inter Miami superstar Lionel Messi led the list. Despite Ronaldo and Lionel Messi being in the last days of their careers, they still enjoy superb financial benefits from the round leather game. Both players are widely regarded as the 2 greatest footballers in the history of the game. Ronaldo is at the top of Forbes' latest list, earning a $285 million per year. The 39-year-old earns $220 million per year in wages from Al Nassr, while Messi, on the other hand, is the only MLS player in the top 10 list. As we end the Global News Express, let's take a look at our top stories. Kaduna governor urges joint crackdown on bandits. On the foreign scene, Israeli actions spark global condemnation. And in sports, we told you Ronaldo, Messi lead Forbes' highest paid footballers. That's it on the News Express, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on DSTV, channel 365, Star Times, channel 276, and free-to-air on NightCamSat. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. I'm Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching and see you again.